Today, I want to invite you to take a moment and really let the following sentence sink in. Your fear of what anxiety might do to you is what keeps you stuck in an anxious loop. If you didn't have this single fear, you wouldn't have an anxiety problem. You wouldn't worry if you'd faint, stop breathing, have a heart attack, lose control, go crazy, or any of the other things you keep worrying about. If you could instead understand that all sensations you experience are a temporary, very normal, very common expression of an oversensitized nervous system, you'd feel so much more at ease. You would know that all that you experience is uncomfortable but not dangerous. You would know that you are truly safe. Your anxious mind would get out of the way, and with time, your nervous system would desensitize and settle back into balance. It's this worry that keeps your anxious mind active and constantly ruminating. But you are not your anxious mind. You are you, and you know better. All these worries have no real meaning for your life. No matter how loud the anxious chatter may be, you know in your heart that all this is not true and that you have all it takes to take back control of your life. So today, promise to stand up for yourself, to live this day the way you want it, based on your choices, not on the way anxiety makes you feel. Tell your anxious mind that you no longer will allow it to steal your freedom and keep you from living the life you deserve. You can do this. I believe in you. Now say to yourself, or speak it out loud, I know who I am. I will allow any thought or sensation that arises, as I know that I'm truly safe. Once again, I know who I am. I will allow any thought or sensation that arises, as I know that I'm truly safe. Well done. You've completed the first part of your daily dare. Now to a short guided visualization to help you feel more empowered and grounded within yourself. So closing your eyes, sitting or lying down, take a deep breath in. Hold and release. Once again, breathing in. Hold and let it go. I'd like you to place your awareness on the part of your body where you feel your anxiety the most, where its discomfort is generally the strongest. This could be your chest, your belly, your head, or your whole body. Picture anxiety being like a haze that is surrounding you. Stay present with this feeling for a moment. And feel or see how this haze or mist clings to you firmly, very tightly, leaving no distance between the two of you. It's here in this lack of distance where we feel so overwhelmed, where it's so hard to catch a clear thought, so hard to move and act freely. So let's try and change that a bit. Let's create a little space for you. I want you to now imagine this haze is shifting just a little bit away from you. let it drift away so that there's a nice bit of space between it and you. And as it does so, you can feel a bit freer from it, as it's not holding on so tightly. You're wearing your anxiety a bit more loosely. This little space between you and anxiety's haze allows you to recognize and feel that you are not your anxiety. Anxiety is the haze surrounding you, but you are you. So for the next brief moment, just allow yourself to feel this gap and separation. Feel that lightness and that gap between the anxious haze and you. This is a gap of awareness and clarity. And now, with a slightly clearer mind, fully accept and allow this haze to be present around you. Don't try and wish it away. Don't try and get rid of it. Walk with the haze as you go about your day today. But always remember that this haze is not you. You are not your anxiety. I'd like you to practice this exercise of creating some space between you and your anxiety for the rest of today, especially any time you might feel overwhelmed by anxiety's grip. So in closing, let's take another deep breath in. Hold. And release. Once again, breathing in. Hold. And release. And as I count down from 5, I want you to really let go of any of that stress and tension that you're holding on to so tightly in your body and in your mind. And try to just gently relax into the awareness that you are your own safe person. You've got your own back. And that in this very moment, you're looked after and deeply cared for. So relaxing into that awareness now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. You've completed your daily dare.